Alright, welcome to my KSP playthrough. In this one I've been busy building a base slash rover to go to Eve, and let's just check out the contract, which this one. So we need to build a new outpost for this agency, support 8 Kerbals on the surface of Eve. So I've already built the rover. I just realized that I'm missing this one. I have a viewing cupola on the outpost. The rest of it I already have. It can support at least 8 Kerbals. We have the mobile processing lab. The outpost must be on motorized wheels and all of that. So let's go check it out. Let's go to the VAB. Alright, let's open it up. See Eve. It's this one. So as you can see, I've already built the launcher, but this is probably going to have to change. So let me do this. Let's take off this one, throw it away. Let's go to the space plane hangar. So I like to do this in a space plane hangar because it's just easier to see what's going on. Right, so what do we have? Let me just move it closer. Okay, so we have 2 Kerbals can fit here, 2 here, 2 here. The hitchhiker can, how many can that fit? It can fit 4, so I have 4, 6, 8, 10, but we still need to have the viewing cupola, so let me just grab that one. Here it is. Let's flip it around like so. Right, okay, so the parachutes are all centered around the previous center of mass, so we'll have to fix that. Let's see, it's quite, maybe we can just add another set of parachutes. Yeah, let's do that. I've already tested this craft on the surface of Eve just to make sure that everything works. Let's just add one there, and maybe we can just move the positions of these drogue chutes, take off symmetry, move it to there, and the middle one. It's quite difficult to see exactly where the center is because it moves around. Looks about right. Maybe we'll just do another test on the surface of Eve just to make sure it works. Let me see. Okay, maybe we can just move these wheels as well. Just a little bit. Yeah, I think that should work. Yeah. Alright. Let me... let's put this back. Okay. So yeah, here we have the Terrier engine with the Rockomax X200. This is just to deorbit and get it into the atmosphere. After that we will stage this, and then we are left with a heat shield, the inflatable heat shield. And on this side what I did is I've added these air brakes. Yeah, this works quite nice. Let's just see what is the weight right now. So it's 20 tons. If we take this off and add another heat shield, wow, That's, this thing is lighter than this whole contraption. What do you know? Maybe we should rather go for this then. Alright, let me just think about this. The problem with this is when you get into the atmosphere and you deploy your chutes and you want to jettison these heat shields, it flips out, and then especially this one, it crashes into the ship and then it breaks apart. So even though this is lighter, I'm going to stick with this one, because what we have here is, so we have two sets of parachutes. The first ones to deploy are these, so that means when we enter the atmosphere, we will be oriented like this, and these chutes will slow it down enough so that we can jettison this, then it just goes straight down. And I also have these separatrons here to get it out of the way so that I don't end up crashing into it, because that's what happened during one of my tests. So what happens is, so we deploy these chutes, it slows down enough, we jettison the heat shield. Sorry for the noise outside. We jettison the heat shield, then we stage, and there's a decoupler right here. This detaches, and at the same time that this is staged, these chutes are staged, and then so this one shoots up. There's also some separatrons there, shoots up into the air. These parachutes deploy, and hopefully it orients it back in this in this orientation, shoots us up, and then hopefully it lands on the surface without any issues. The issue I'm still having with landing is, so I do have some mods. I have a lot of mods installed in this playthrough, and so yeah, I can't see what's going on the surface of Eve. Let's just maybe, okay, so I'm thinking that this is done. Let's just close these. What I want to do is I want to go to Eve in the navigation or in the tracking center and just show you what I mean. So let's save this. Let's get out of here. So I'm not sure if it's the mods or if it is just the way that Eve looks. Let's get to Eve. Yeah, as you can see here, I have a lot of missions, a lot of ships on its way to different bodies, mostly to Jewel. Let's close this. Let's close this as well. Alright, let's get out to Eve. Here it is. Right, let's see. So yes, here I already have a relay network set up, and then so yeah, so what I wanted to show you is this. I can't see anything. I can't see where the oceans are. I can't see where's land, where's mountains, flat land. So hopefully that's why this guy is here. I still have to set up its orbit. So what we have here, let me just show you. So this is a scanner probe. Alright, so what we have here is, let's see if I can use this ambient light mod. Yep, now I can see a bit better here. Let me focus my camera. Alright, so we have two probes here. This one, this is gonna give us the altimetry scans. We'll be able to see. I think this one is to show you the height, the terrain, where mountains are, flatlands is, all of that. this one we will deploy at 250 kilometers, and then after this one is deployed we will move down in orbit. I think it's around 200 kilometers for this one. So this one will give us a high-res visuals. Now we can just check here, too high. Yeah, 70 kilometers ideal. Now obviously you can't go into a 70 kilometer orbit of Eve because the atmosphere is at 90 kilometers, but I've tested it around 200 kilometers. It still says ideal here, so we will deploy it there. So we have this high resolution imager, we have the multi-spectral scanner. I think this one scans for the biomes, and I think resources, and I'm not sure what else. And then we also, just for the fun of it, I have the resource mapper, so if I ever want to send a mining vessel there, we can do that. So yeah, so that's what this little probe is going to do. So this one is going to scan the surface of Eve, and then hopefully we'll have some data to see where exactly we can land. So these probes, as you can see, is in a polar orbit. That just makes it much better and easier to do the scanning as Eve is rotating. Yeah. So, and then when I send the rover, I'm going to put it into an equatorial orbit. So what's going to happen is that ship is going to have two parts. The first part is going to be the launch vehicle that takes it to orbit around Eve, and then the rover base will detach and deorbit and eventually land. And then we will do all of our science here. We can drive around a bit and see what's what. And then when it is ready, I'm going to have to build another ship that can be landed on Eve, and then we can transfer the Kerbals to that lander, and then it can take off and rendezvous with the ship that is in orbit, and then we can head back to Kerbin. But that's going to be quite a ways into the future, because there will be a lot of science here, and in the mobile processing lab that's going to take a long time to process all that data and send the science back. Yes, so let's get back to the Space Center. And then I think we can start building up the launcher for our base/rover. Alright, let's get back to the spaceplane hangar. And then let's open up that ship, Eve Rover base. Alright, so let's just check. The total weight is 25 tons. I don't think that is too bad. What I actually want to do is, let me just see. Let me just pop back to the VAB. Just want to see what this situation is looking like. Okay, so this is the one that we've just changed. So this bottom part I want to keep more or less the same. As you can see, we have this Pandora advanced command pod. This one can hold 4 Kerbals. So the plan is we're going to send 2 scientists, and pilot and an engineer. So this ship is what's going to take, except these tanks. Now this is just to get it off the surface of Kerbin and into low Kerbin orbit, and then the rest of this is going to take it to Eve, and hopefully we'll have, I think we'll have way too much fuel, but that's okay. This ship is then going to bring the Kerbals back whenever they are done with their mission on Eve. Yeah, that noise you're hearing, that's the washing machine. Let me just close the door. So what I want to see is this one. Let me do this. Let's make this the root part, this one, and then we can take this off, throw it away. Yeah, this will have to redo. Okay, let me just save this as the launcher. Save. And then let's get back to the space plane hangar. Just open up that base, rover base again. This one. Then we'll add that stack separator. I think it's this one. Let's put it there. And then what I want to do is I want to make this into a sub-assembly. Okay, so let's go to sub-assemblies. Let's throw it in there, unnamed, that's fine. We can throw this away and go back to the VAB. Let's open up that rover base again, the launcher. Alright, and then we can pop this one on top of that. Like so. Yeah, thinking this is great. I'm just thinking if we should, you know what, let's just take this out and do a test. I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna make, what are we gonna do here? So I want to make this the root part. Let's see if we can do this. Yeah, right. So what I want to do is adjust, because we've made the change to this guy, we added this thing. So what I want to do is I want to just take it to Eve, make sure that everything still works. I'm thinking that we can do that. Let me just quickly check the staging. Yes. So this will go, then these go, these go, these go. I'm thinking this is perfect. Alright, so this is just gonna be a test. So we can call it a simulation. So I'm gonna cheat our way to Eve, drop it into the atmosphere, check that everything is working, because I don't want to send the ship up there all the way and then realize that something is an issue. So we can do that right now. So it's Alt F12, cheats, set orbit. Let's choose Eve, set orbit. Alright, set orbit. Alright, so now we are here. So this is the issue I'm talking about. I can't see the terrain. Let me just change my camera, put on SAS. Let's control from here, retrograde. Just check where we are. Okay, so you see this moving. I don't know what that is, if it's a bug or a glitch or whatever. So what I do is I just Alt, just do this, a little bit of physics warp, and then we can now I think this should be fine. Okay, let's stage. So I just want to get my periapsis down to about 70 kilometers. So let's do that. Okay, so this Terrier does not have a lot of thrust. 0.14, but that's fine. This is just to deorbit. Alright, that's good. So what I would like to do is go to the normal vector. This is just to detach our this little stage. We can detach. Okay, set it back to retrograde. And then I think I have the heat shield and these air brakes on a action group 5. Yes. Okay. Let me just close this thing. Alright, I'm just going to time warp until we enter the atmosphere. That's about now. And then, so this is where the test starts. Time warp a little bit. I'm going to time warp just until I see those little flames. Yeah. Okay, we can see the heat shield heating up. So as soon as I start seeing these flames come out, I'm going to stop the time warp. Hopefully we'll come in over some flat land and not land in the ocean. If we do, that's fine. I just want to check and make sure that this thing doesn't flip out or some weird stuff happens. Right. Stop time warp. Okay. So far everything is looking good. We can check what the SAS is doing. Okay, it's very stable. It's very stable. Let's see if we can time warp a bit. Oop. You see this little... Alright, I think we're going to stop doing time warps now, because it's just going to mess up this thing. But it's looking very good. Let's just check. We still have a lot of electric charge. Actually, before we send this thing, I'm going to take out the monopropellant, because that's not necessary at all. That just adds unnecessary weight. Alright, let's see. So we can see some things are... Ooh, what? No, this hasn't happened before. Okay, some changes will need to be done. Oh no. Okay, let's see, maybe we can still make it. So I'm just manually trying to keep this rotated the correct way. But yeah, I'll have to do some changes. I'm not sure why exactly this is happening, because I've just added the viewing cupola. But anyway, I think I'll have to add some more air brakes down there. Okay, so we're slowing down now. Alright, so we are out. So yes, because this air brake is gone, we don't have drag on there, so I still have to keep it manually rotated. But that's fine, actually. I don't want this happening when we go to do the real landing. So I think I'm going to do some more testing later on. But for now, we can just see what this thing does. Let me time warp. Yeah, it's doing this. If I close those air brakes, it should... Yeah, that's looking better. So as you can see, the atmosphere is so thick that the surface, our speed is dropping tremendously. I know for a fact I have way too many parachutes on here. During my previous testing, when these are all deployed, our speed is like 2 or 3 meters per second. So let's see where we are. We can't see anything yet. Okay, we are over the Midlands, so I'm thinking we'll see some ground below us. That should be... I think we can deploy our drogue chutes. Some more time warping. It's looking quite dark here. What is that? Oh, it's just a reflection ring or something, Corona, I'm not sure what you call that. Wow, alright. So we will be landing on the surface. So what I want to do now is, as soon as those deploy, our speed will come down quite a lot, and then we'll stage the heat shield. Let me just get down a little bit more. Okay, should deploy right now. Deploying. Yes, our speed is quite low, so let's stage the heat shield. There it goes. What? 700. Okay, so what I'll do now is I'll stage again. This thing will detach, and then these chutes will deploy, hopefully. So let's see. Yes, perfect. Looking good. Very nice. That thing is still tumbling. Okay. And this thing, obviously it still has to shoot, so it will, maybe I will see if I can do something about, I don't think I can, maybe cut the parachutes or something. Hopefully it doesn't land on us. If it does, I don't think it will be such an issue. Okay, let me time warp down to the surface. That thing must move out of the way. I'm thinking if it does land on us, it should be fine, because it will land at a very slow speed. As you can see, we are moving faster than that is. Alright, so I'm thinking this is good. We can turn on the lights. Yeah, so the only reason this thing has wheels is because of the contract. It wants you to, I think that's the heat shield. They want you to put the base on wheels, but okay, brake. I'll show this. I don't know what this is, why this is happening. I've seen this happening before. Don't know why it jumps around. Let me turn off SAS. Yeah, I don't know what this is. Stop. Yeah, whatever. I don't know why that happens. Hopefully that does not happen when we go to actually land this thing. But as you can see, the re-entry or the entry into the atmosphere is good. Except for those air brakes, I'll have to fix that. But yeah, so this was just a test, a simulation. Then I think in the next video we can build the launcher and hopefully get it into low Kerbal orbit, and then we can set it off on its way to Eve. So yeah, thanks for watching.